Hi, do you know any nursery rhymes? Nursery rhymes have been around for a long, long time, and lots of books have been written with nursery rhymes in it. This is one of my favorites because of the illustrations. The pictures are beautiful, and the illustrator is Scott Gustafson. One of my favorite nursery rhymes is Little Boy Blue. Little boy blue, come blow your horn. The sheep's in the meadow, the cow's in the corn. Where is the boy who looks after the sheep? He's under the haystack, fast asleep. Will you wake him? No, not I, for if I do, he's sure to cry. See the beautiful illustrations with the sheep and the cow in the corn stalks. And here's Little Boy Blue. This nursery rhyme has been around for almost 275 years. Little Boy Blue. It makes me think of haystacks. You want to make some haystacks? Let's do that. Let's make peanut haystacks in honor of Little Boy Blue. What we'll need to make peanut haystacks is 1 cup of butterscotch chips, 1/2 of a cup of peanut butter, 2 cups of chow mein noodles, and 1/2 of a cup of salted peanuts. Okay, let's start with the butterscotch chips, and we need 1 full cup. So these are called butterscotch morsels, which just means something little, like chips. So we're going to put 1 cup of butterscotch morsels in the bowl. And this is 1 cup. I'm gonna pour them in here. Fill it to the top. There's a cup of butterscotch morsels. Next, we need 1/2 of a cup of peanut butter. So I have 1/2 of a cup. This is 1, this is 1/2 of that. So I'm going to fill this with peanut butter. If you can't eat peanut butter, instead of using peanut butter, you can use chocolate chips or something else that you can eat. I'm gonna fill this. That's 1/2 a cup, and I'm gonna put this in with the butterscotch morsels. Get all that yummy peanut butter out. Now we're going to put this in the microwave for about a minute so that the butterscotch morsels melt and the peanut butter melts with them. Now the peanut butter has melted and the butterscotch morsels are very soft. So we're going to mix all of this together. Depending on your microwave, it might take a little bit longer than 1 minute to melt all this. It took mine almost 2 minutes. So we mix them together till it's kind of soupy. And then we're going to add 2 cups of chow mein noodles. Now these are the chow mein noodles. They're the hard, crunchy kind. And we're gonna pour in 2 cups. Using the same cup that we used earlier for the butterscotch chips. There's 1 cup. Whoa, a little more than 2 cups, that'll work. 2 cups. Then we're gonna mix those together with the peanut butter and butterscotch morsel mixture until those are nicely coated. Yum. And then we're going to add a half of a cup of dry salt, half of a cup of salted peanuts. Now, if you can't eat peanuts again, you can add another kind of nut you can eat, or you can leave them out altogether. So I'm going to use the same that we used for the peanut butter because it's all going in all together. There's about a half of a cup. Throw those in. Mix them all together. So we've got all the ingredients. We have the butterscotch chips, the peanut butter, the chow mein noodles, and the salted peanuts. Now we've got to get ready to make those little peanut haystacks. And if you recall from the book, the peanut haystacks were about the same color as this mixture that we have here. Let's take a peek. Here's the haystack, and it's about the same color. Now, if you use chocolate chips instead of peanut butter, it's going to be darker, but that's okay, and it's just as yummy. So what we're gonna do with this, now that it's all mixed together, is we're gonna take a pan that has some wax paper on the bottom. The wax paper helps to keep things from sticking to the pan. We're gonna get a spoon and we're gonna drop a spoonful onto the wax paper, like that. And we'll keep doing that until all of our peanut haystacks have been used. If any pieces fall away, you just mix it in with the other things. It smells so good. And after you've finished forming all of your peanut haystacks, then you can put your tray of peanut haystacks in the refrigerator for a little bit of time to let them cool off and harden so that they're delicious to eat. This is something that's fun to share with friends if they come over. So that is peanut haystacks in celebration of Little Boy Blue. Another nursery rhyme I like is Little Miss Muffet. Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet, eating her curds and whey. Along came a spider and sat down beside her and frightened Miss Muffet away. There are some words in here that might be unfamiliar to you. They were to me. Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet. Have you ever heard the word tuffet? Can you look at the picture and figure out what a tuffet might be? Yeah, it's a kind of a really low seat or footstool. That's a tuffet. She's eating her curds and whey. What is that? Well, find out what curds and whey are. Then a spider came along and scared her away. This is a red spider. We're going to make some black spiders that are nice little treats. Let's do that. To make black spiders, we need Oreo cookies, pretzel sticks, candy eyeballs, and white frosting. Let's start with the Oreo cookies. I just used the regular Oreo cookies. You can get whatever color filling you want, but these are the black outside with white filling. Bag of pretzel sticks. We have some little eyeballs. And if you can't find these, you can just use white frosting with some raisins for the little pupils. And this is what we're making. Little spiders made out of Oreo cookies. Yum. Okay, we're going to start with an Oreo cookie, and we need some pretzel sticks. Now, these pretzel sticks are really long, and while spiders have long legs, they might be a little too long for the spiders we're making. So we're going to cut them in half. So how many legs does a spider have? Do you know? An insect has 6 legs, but a spider has 8 legs. If a spider has 8 legs, and we're going to use pretzel sticks, and we're going to cut them in half or break them in half, how many pretzel sticks will we need? Each pretzel stick will make 2 legs, so that's 2, 2, 4, 6, 8 legs, so that's 4 pretzel sticks. So let's do that. We're going to break 4 pretzel sticks in half. Then we're going to take the Oreo cookie and we're going to stick the little pretzel sticks right inside there. And the cream will hold them in place. 1, 2, 3, 4 on that side. 1, 2, 3, 4 on that side. So now we have a spider with 8 legs, and now it needs its eyes. So we'll put it right there, and we've got these little eyeballs right here. And like I said, if you don't have these little eyeballs, you can use, like I did right here, just white frosting with little raisins, okay? So we're going to take a little bit. I use the white frosting in a tube because it's easier to make these things with. And I put a little bit of little dab on the back of the eyeball, and I just plop it on there. That helps the eyeball stick to the Oreo cookie. Put another one right there and stick it down. Now we have a spider with 8 legs and 2 eyes in celebration of Little Miss Muffet. Now let's make some curds and whey. Okay, let's look back at that picture of Little Miss Muffet. You see Little Miss Muffet? We made the spider. She's eating something in a bowl. It's white, and it's called curds and whey. Curds and whey is kind of like cottage cheese with liquid in it. Curds and whey is what happens when you take milk and you add some kind of acid type food to it to make it curdle, and that's what we're going to do. So we'll make curds and whey. And to make curds and whey, all we need is 1 cup of milk and 2 teaspoons of vinegar. So let's get going on that. Okay, we'll start with a cup of milk. Now this measuring cup is actually 2 cups. If I fill it up here, it'll be 2 cups. So 1 cup would be half of that. So we're going to fill it up to the 1 cup mark. There's a cup of milk. And then what we're going to do is put that on the stove and heat it till it comes just to a boil, which means little bubbles are forming. So we'll do that right now. We'll put it in a little saucepan and heat it on the oven. This is something where you'll need your parents or somebody who's older who can cook on the stove to help you. Let's go do that. Here we have the milk on the stove. And it's cold right now, but as you can see, the stove is hot. And in a little bit of time, it will heat to where the milk begins to boil. Let's watch when that happens. Okay, I can tell that the milk is just about ready to boil because there's steam coming from the milk. So you know it's very hot because steam forms once the liquid heats up, and it looks like maybe some little bubbles are starting to form, which means the milk is going to be boiling. And we don't want it to boil very much. We just want it up. I see bubbles starting. So we're going to turn it off, and then we're going to go ahead and put the milk and the vinegar together to make curds and whey. Okay, here we have the milk that was just about to boil. Now we're going to add 2 teaspoons of vinegar. And I have my teaspoon already. It says 1 teaspoon. TSP is abbreviation for teaspoon. So we're going to pour 1, 2. And we're going to stir it up. Now what happens is it starts to curdle. And what's happening is it's turning into curds and whey. The curds are the white part, the solid part, and the whey is the liquid part. Once we've got it stirred up, then we're going to strain it so we separate the curds from the whey. So we're just going to eat the curds. We're not going to eat the whey. So we'll take this. Here's a bowl with a little strainer. This will just catch the curds. There we go. Now we have curds in the strainer and whey in there. And the whey is going to be a little sour because it's got the vinegar in it. And the curds are the white part. Now, what do you do with curds? I don't eat them like that. I put them on crackers. So let's get some crackers and eat with crackers. So here are some crackers. I'm just going to take a little bit of the curds, spread it on a cracker, and it's cooled down enough so I can eat it now. It was pretty warm to start with. Let's try it. It's pretty good. It tastes a lot like cottage cheese, if you like cottage cheese, but it's really good on crackers. And that's curds and whey. So today we read 2 nursery rhymes that were lots of fun from this book called Mother Goose, with the illustrations by Scott Gustafson. And we read Little Miss Muffet, and we made curds and whey and spiders in honor of Little Miss Muffet. And then we read Little Boy Blue and made peanut haystacks. Let's check on the peanut haystacks and see if they're ready yet. Here are the peanut haystacks. And if you see, the wax paper has made it easy for them to come off the pan so they don't stick. That's a sweet treat. So have fun reading nursery rhymes. They've been around for a long time. And see what you can make from after reading nursery rhymes. See if you can come up with something creative to make. Happy cooking.